Hey gang, Josh Burke, your guest host here for today. Today we're going to talk to Marianna Torres about a project that I am very, very excited about that's live now. It's called the Salesforce Labs AI Library. I'm actually not sure if I'm getting that name right, but I will ask Marianna here in a second. All right, today on the show, we welcome Marianna Torres to talk about the Salesforce AI Labs Library. Do I have that title right, or is there a more official one?
The Salesforce Labs AI Library is the official title, but you did a good job, yeah.
Okay, welcome to the show. First, I want to talk a little bit about your early years. Was computers and software engineering, software in general, something you always wanted to get into?
Honestly, no. I'm actually surprised about how I ended up here at Salesforce. Yeah. But so growing up and stuff, I was always like more of a creative person. So I was like drawing, singing, doing all that, basically anything that's creative I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like as I got older, it kind of got to the point where it's like, you kind of realize that, okay, it's like, I can go to school. I could, it's like I could pursue this. I could probably potentially do something. But at the same time, I had graduated and it was like shortly before COVID.
Oh.
So, yeah. So instead of going the traditional route, I had just joined like a workforce development program. The program was called Year Up. And yeah, so through that, I did like the 6-month corporate training. It was, they had like transitioned it to virtual and everything. So yeah, I actually started my internship like here at Salesforce in 2020. So peak COVID. And from there, I just, one thing led to another. I was a contractor for a couple of years and then I got full time.
Nice. What was like the connection to get into the AI Labs job itself? I mean, other than the fact that we get paid a nickel every time we say the word AI.
Yeah. The team that I'm with now, it's the exact same team that I had joined 5 years ago as an intern, and that is the Salesforce Labs team. So primarily, our job is to provide our customers with some free employee-built apps, components, and flows on AppExchange. Then, this past whole year, AI became huge, and then we had to pivot, and we're like, okay, the customers want AI. What can we give them, seeing as how AI wasn't packageable yet? So, yeah, like we actually just launched actions, I believe. So agent actions are now packageable. Prompt templates are not, though. Neither are full-on agents. So that's what this library serves as. It's like a little resource for our customers to go in and grab some pre-made prompts, just click that copy button, and then import it directly into Agent Builder. So too long did it read?
Right. It's a kind of deploying, I guess.
Yeah. It's a quick little resource just for everyone to get started fast with Agentforce, with Agent Builder, all that.
Gotcha. What's your relationship with AI? Like, were you kind of getting into it as you were in the intern? Have you kind of picked it up with your job? Do you use it day to day, et cetera, et cetera?
Oh, yeah. So that's a great question. Okay. So I know that AI's definitely been something it's been mainly like the back burner of my mind until maybe like the past year or so. So in 2023, I had went back to school to go and finish my degree. And it was, I think ChatGPT had just like exploded and everyone was using ChatGPT and stuff.
Yeah.
So, in school, obviously it was very strict, you can't be using ChatGPT to like write your essays, but I was using it like to review it, so please fix any grammar errors and stuff. So, with that, I kind of got a hand on of it. But it was here at work that I got to fine tune it. So, at school, I was kind of experimenting with it. But then here I got to, it's like, look at this blog post I wrote and, just like expand on it. So I kind of got the hands-on skills here mainly. So it's like, I had more freedom here than what I did at school. So, I was like using ChatGPT and then like, fine tuning everything, all that kind of stuff. And then, at the time I was also doing a lot of promotions and stuff for labs. So,
got it.
Like YouTube videos, just like promotional videos, all that. And like AI just kind of opened a whole new door for us. So before, all the videos that I would make, they were very they were like silent, it's like I wasn't confident to have my voice out there and stuff. But then what's called 11 Labs comes out, and it's like, oh, you can have AI generated voices for your videos. And I'm like, what? So
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah. So yeah, it's like I've definitely been kind of like when I first came out, I was kind of like, okay, yeah, whatever, not, it doesn't impact me directly until it actually did impact me directly.
Right.
And, just here at Salesforce, I got to actually be able to, experiment with it, see more of the capabilities with it, and work with it. I think that's the best part.
Gotcha. When you are out, kind of talking to people, do you have stories about how people are using the AI library, like how they're implementing it in their own uses?
Yes. So the AI library was actually just launched at Dreamforce. So that was September of last year.
Uh-huh.
And just, our customers were like blown away by it. I mean, it was okay, let's like you're met with this new technology. Okay, you're kind of prompt engineering. It's like, I think it's like what they officially call it. But, like creating those prompt stuff, it's, where do you even start if you've never like worked with AI before? So the resource itself has gotten a lot of great feedback. It's like everyone's been very excited about it. And I want to say that right now, it's like the Salesforce Labs team is a very small team.
Mm-hmm.
So, our main goal is to like, evangelize it. So I want to say that not as many people know about it as we would like to yet, but
Gotcha.
Whenever we presented it to them, it was always like this, just people have had like such a great reaction to it, and just like they're very eager to, explore it and engage with it.
Yeah. Well, let me kind of give the AI library some credit here, because it's, so first of all, I have a kind of a peeve about the term prompt engineering, because I kind of feel like it turns it into like, sounds like a scientific approach or something like that.
Exactly.
But the point is valid. Like what is a good prompt, right? Like there's some resources out there, but if you've never actually sat down, it's kind of like the blank paper writer problem. Like, how do you write your first great novel? Your prompts are amazing. They're really, really good. Like I look at them and I'm like, oh gosh, I have to up my game now, because they're really good. So it's kind of a two-part question. First of all, like, what's the process of like writing and reviewing these? Because they're very, very good examples. And then also just kind of, I guess, the flip side of that, like, what's the process for like, if somebody review, like if I submit a prompt to you, what's the process for potentially putting that in the library?
Yeah. So, okay, Salesforce Labs is like an internal program. So basically all of the prompts that are on that site were written by experts within Salesforce. So we work with employees from all over the organization, and just some of them have gotten, like, it's like they gotten a really good like understanding and like really good experience with Agentforce, and like with their own respective experience within the company and stuff. So those prompts were like, they were created like some pretty top-notch people, So
we're talking like the actual Stanford genius people.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, I was looking at them. I was like, you know what? I don't think I could have, crafted this myself. But no, yeah. So, like, in short, they were all built and created by Salesforce experts within their own fields and stuff.
Got it.
So internally, we do have a process within Slack. We basically allow every single employee who is interested inside of submitting a prompt to just kind of fill out that workflow. Then we look at it, we review it. First, we see if it'll provide value to customers. But then we also check to see, is like, okay, is there like a prompt on here that's already kind of the same thing? And, if yes, we're not going to move forward. But so far, yeah, the submissions have been people who've built with us, people who like don't just understand the program like on a general level, but on like a very technical level. So this is like the prompts that they're creating are just, it's like the real world problems that they've heard from customers. And just they've, with their knowledge of the platform, with their knowledge of Agentforce, they're able to kind of craft these templates to just kind of support in that way.
Got it. So if you're a solution engineer out there and you're listening to this and you just save somebody's bacon because you got a really good prompt template for a very specific use case, then they should go to your workflow, right?
Exactly. Yes. And we are always taking submissions. So this is, PSA for, any Salesforce employee, any like, any SE, any like any developer, whatever you are, if you have a prompt that you're proud of and if you want to share it with customers, come to us at Salesforce Labs and we will add it to the library.
Now, I will say I've actually gotten a little bit of fame for testing out Prompt Builder by showing people how good it is at writing poetry and haiku. How would that go through your review process?
I'm sorry, Prompt Builder for haikus? I mean, like, yeah.
Okay, fair. I see the point. I can see the point.
No, like, that is awesome. But like, as of right now, yeah, the library is only to, host those prompts that support.
Got it. Okay, well, walk me through, it's a little harder on a podcast, but kind of walk me through like the navigation of the library. So not haiku, not poetry, but what are some of your categories and audiences?
Yeah. Okay. So once you log into the Salesforce Labs AI library, the main menu basically shows you like a sub menu of the Salesforce products. So you'll have sales, service, marketing, industries. If you click on any of those, you'll basically be redirected to a respective collection of prompts for that product.
Got it.
So if we go down to, let's say, the service icon, you're going to go ahead and click that. And then here you already have a few prompts that can help you inside of your day-to-day service ops. Mm-hmm. So we have case classification, complaint attribute generation, that kind of thing. You would basically click into one of those tiles, and then from there, you'll get access to the prompt. So on the left side, you'll get a little overview of the prompt. You also get the category, template type, whether it's a flex or not, basically all that general stuff.
Yeah.
Then on the right-hand side of the page, you'll see the actual prompt highlighted inside of blue. And here we have, you are a highly skilled agent support working at organization name. Assign a case reason to the case owner based on their subject and their description. So there's a lot more to this prompt than what I just read, but we have this very handy copy text button that you can just click that. And now the entire thing is, copy to your clipboard. And then it's pretty self-explanatory. You head to Agent Builder and just drop that in there.
Fill in the blanks. It's deployment by Mad Libs. I like it. So then the other thing I want to shout out to this is because not only the prompts very well written, and I kind of want to dig one layer deeper into that in a second here, but it's also like if you're listening to this and you're an admin and you've been struggling with that, why Agentforce, right? Like why would I bring this into my company? There's like these are very solid use cases that are going to apply to a lot of people, and it might help answer that question. Like, oh, Agentforce could do that for me. Why don't I build a prompt to get that done? So huge kudos for that. Can you so going back to the prompt engineering bit, when you see a prompt, what makes you think this is a good prompt?
So right off the bat, I want to say it's like the first, it kind of goes back to what I said earlier, but is this going to help the customer?
Yeah.
And I want to say that like my understanding is also very, comes like from a lot of just looking at the Salesforce Labs apps that our employees contribute every year.
Yeah.
Another big thing is, does this simplify something that historically takes a lot of time to get information from? In terms of like the actual technical aspects, it's like myself, I'm not like super technical, but it's like right away, I'm like, okay, like which objects does this reference, is it something that the customer has to build out like, themselves, or is it just right there that like, that it just grabs and goes, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I want to say that those are my top three for like reviewing a prompt and seeing which ones would be most valuable to our customers.
Right. Well, what I love about the style of them is that, like I said, I'm looking at these prompts. I'm like, oh gosh, I need to get better at this. Because not only do they follow a lot of the good rules, like it's very succinct, but it's also very instructive, right? Like when you're reading the prompt, you can kind of say to yourself, oh, this is what the AI needs to understand. And it's like if there's something that might be a curveball for it, we'll make sure that that's an instruction in the prompt, right? So it's like I feel like reading these prompts actually makes it a little bit clearer as to kind of like how a prompt is sort of like that component between the user and the AI itself.
Yeah. When you're writing a prompt, just one line isn't going to do it, right. So it's like the more that you give the AI, the better. So, as you said, it's like you kind of have to instruct it. You kind of have to guide it. So it's like, I think that that's another thing too. It's like, does this prompt have the necessary guidance it needs in order to provide the information that the user needs?
Right. They're not good at guessing. they just hallucinate when they have to guess. So
Exactly.
I think the phrase I've always gone back to is context is king. You have to tell them something. Sometimes you even have to tell them twice and put it into bold. Or slash, slash, slash. There's some word trick about like putting in the apostrophes, and apparently that's supposed to be like, hey, AI, really pay attention to this kind of thing. So, yeah. Okay, so let's look forward. Do you have new material that you want to shout out? And do you want to go into the new deployable actions?
Okay, so first off, I just want to call out that the Salesforce Labs AI Library is live. So
Yes.
you can go in there, you can grab the prompts templates. They're all there ready for our customers to use. We also have a new section like for actions and for agent topics. So from my understanding, okay, so agent actions are in fact packageable now. They were not packageable when we built this out. So if you also want some quick agent actions, we got them in there too. And then some agent topics as well as some pattern templates. So the future of the site is actually, it's like we are moving very, very fast. But, it's like this site will live as a resource for AI and Salesforce Labs, whatever that looks like in the future.
Got it. Marianna, one final question. What is your favorite non-technical hobby?
I mean, does guitar count? I kind of think it kind of counts as technical.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I have run into this with this question so many times. And the two topics that people challenge me on, are they really technical? One is gaming, and I'm a video gamer. So I personally think it's a non-technical hobby because my programming brain turns off whenever I'm playing. And then the other one is music. And the reason is because people think like music is technical in that terms of understanding the song, right?
Yeah, it's like you have to understand it, but also like even when you're putting together a song, I don't know, it's like you really have to think and stop and okay, if I play this chord, is it gonna,
Right.
Does that fit nicely? It's kind of like a puzzle, I want to say, kind of. It's it's very
so yes, I considered it non-technical. I also got challenged on that one by one Kevin Portman when he asked if I would consider woodworking technical, and that was a tough one to call out. But yeah,
I have no idea how I would have answered.
Love it. Well, Marianna, thank you so much for the great time and the conversation and the information. That was a lot of fun.
Of course. And thank you for having me, Joshua. And yes, I also want to do one last call out. The Salesforce Labs Basic Trail. Take that to learn more all about Salesforce Labs, who we are, what we do, and the kind of apps that are available to you.
Love it.
Thank you so much, Joshua. This is awesome.
You're so welcome. Listen to her, people. Head off to Trailhead. I want to once again thank Marianna for the great conversation and information. And as always, I want to thank you for listening. Head on over to admin.salesforce.com for more on the show. You can see the show notes. You can hear old episodes. And of course, as Marianna noted, go over to Trailhead to see about the great trail to learn more about the AI library. Thanks again, everybody. I'll talk to you soon.